About Manchester United, in fact. The Sunday Mirror says United on all levels. Michael Carrick has revealed that he's spoken to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, spoken to him about United, also maybe giving the hierarchy a bit of advice on certain midfield targets for the summer. He's clearly just there until the end of the season. But from what you guys are hearing, and Mark come in on this as well, is there a world where he can get the full-time gig, Michael Carrick?
There is a world. You can't discount anything. United very often do these sorts of statements of we're going to have an interim manager, then go out and get a permanent manager. Or, I mean, Ralph Rangnick was supposed to have a say in transfers, but then his interim spell went so poorly that got scrapped as well. Or indeed, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was meant to be the interim, and then we're going to get a permanent manager and a director of football, and then everything basically became Ole Gunnar Solskjaer after that. So if Michael Carrick goes on the sort of runs that many are hoping for, then I'm sure he can work his way onto that shortlist. From everything I'm hearing and everything I'm sort of seeing and the noise in around the club is United seem to be a little bit like Tottenham Hotspur, a little bit like Liverpool, waiting for this World Cup managerial merry-go-round. I mean, Thomas Tuchel's contract will be up, Carlo Ancelotti's situation will be up in the air, Pochettino will likely be available. I think Julian Nagelsmann will also be possibly available for conversation too. So Carrick not on the shortlist at this point in time. If they beat Arsenal and somehow manage to defeat this title race thing you're talking about?
I think he's a PS on the shortlist right now. And I think we might have a conversation to have with Michael Carrick, because if last week proves to be a blip and just a bit of a one-off and they go back to the Ruben Amorim style of, in and out of form, then he's not even in the conversation. But United can't be influenced by what happened with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because Solskjaer in the end was tactically not up to the job, but he got runners-up in the league, he got up to the Europa League finals. It wasn't that bad, but still, the vibe around United is that we can't go back to an interim because it didn't work with Ole. Michael Carrick's a different character completely. So if Michael Carrick does well enough to get him into the Champions League, then you have to consider him. Because it's almost like, if he gets the machine working and it's working well, then why get rid of him to bring in somebody who might get it, misfunctioning again? I mean, if Thomas Tuchel comes in, for instance, will he work with Jason Wilcox and Omar Barada in a harmonious way that Michael Carrick will? Probably not. So if Michael Carrick gets him into the Champions League, I think he'll get the job.
Do you think Michael Carrick gets Manchester United back in the Champions League?
I think it's a weak Premier League this season, so I think he's got a chance. I think top 5 will get in the Champions League, so I think he will.
Fantastic stuff. So it's Arsenal against Manchester United, the game that evokes all sorts of memories, and I'm sure some of those memories will come flooding back when you see who's in the Super Sunday studio, Patrick Vieira and Roy Keane.